Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step tutorial for all you skinny guys on how to build muscle. Just for some reference, this was me 4 years ago, and I can understand exactly what you're going through right now. See, at this point, the fast metabolism has become an excuse for every single skinny guy, and I'm going to tell you how to get around it. Now, we have all heard the quote, "Pick up the fork," for all you skinny guys that want to build muscle, and it's not actually that easy, is it? And when we go ahead with this quote, "Pick up the fork," we're going to include more calories into our diet. Therefore, what's that going to do? It's going to cause more digestive stress and overall feeling a bit nauseated. And that's why in this video, I'm going to give you a 5-step process that I use to get from this to this. Number one is we need to ensure that we have easy digestible foods into our diet. The best things for this is simple carbohydrates. Here are some examples. Things like oats, brown rice, beans, whole wheat bread, and nuts. And listen, I could go on, so I'm just going to put this all in the description for after the video. And the reason simple carbohydrates are easy to digest is because they are known to be less in fiber. The more fiber you have in a food, the longer it's going to take to digest. So the more simple carbohydrates you're going to have in your diet, the more calories you can eat on a daily basis without feeling nauseated, because you're going to have time to recover in between meals. Now, on the other hand, if you go have a full McDonald's, you might not be able to eat again for another 8 hours. And that's not smart for someone that's trying to eat more calories. Number two is knowing your exact calories and macronutrients so you can put this into a plan. Here's an exact breakdown on how to get your calories. So what I'd recommend doing is heading over to my go-to website, which is caloriecalculator.net. On this website, you're going to be greeted with a simple page that you can include your weight, your height, your activity levels, and I need you to be as accurate as possible. The less accurate you be on this website, the less accurate your calories will be. So don't lie to yourself and say that you're daily exercising, going for 10-kilometer runs when you're not. Now, when you put that information through, it's going to greet you with a maintenance calories. Let's just say your maintenance calories is 2,200 for an example. What I want you to do is plus 500 calories on top of that number. Therefore, it's going to be now 2,700 calories, and that's going to be your daily goal. With this increase in calories, we can expect to see 0.3 kilos to 0.6 kilos per week gain. But please remember, this is not going to be every single week, and it's not going to be that easy. This diet is going to constantly need to be rearranged. And if you're struggling to see progress, you're going to need to keep increasing the calories until you do. So that leads me on to my next point, is tracking data is key. Things like weight measurements on a daily basis, simple things like your body weight, even measurements of your biceps, your quads, your stomach, your shoulder width, and even photos. And these are all things that you can track on a regular basis to see if you're actually making any progress. Because it's not all about the scale. And oftentimes a lot of people can get so obsessed with the scale that they get so frustrated to just give up your diet. You need to have patience. Number four is creating a perfect training program that you're going to be able to stick to religiously. You have to take into consideration, do you have any imbalanced muscle groups that you want to work on? Is your shoulders bigger than your biceps, or is your arms smaller than your legs? You need to make sure that you build a routine around that. Therefore, push-pull legs won't work for somebody with small legs and big arms. Instead, you should do legs, push-pull legs, and that way we're including more volume for the imbalanced muscle group. You need to ask yourself, how many times can you train per week? On top of that, how many hours a day can you give up to this? Because it's important that we create a routine that we can stick to on a regular basis, otherwise we're setting ourselves up for failure. And number five is building discipline, which will help with your consistency. I understand what you're going through right now is a very stressful process and it feels like nothing is working for you. This is not an easy process, and if it was, everybody around you would have their dream body, so give yourself a break. It's took me 4 total years to do my entire transformation, and I'd recommend really slowing yourself down and understand that you're doing this for the longevity of life. You don't need this body right now, you need to achieve the body and maintain it. So beating yourself up every single week because your biceps have not grown is not necessarily going to make them grow. And if you keep bitching and moaning at yourself like a girl every single week, unfortunately you're going to continue to look like one. Now, if you want more information on how you can progress your training and track data accurately, or even things like diet, this page is going to be the best thing that could ever happen to you. So hit the subscribe button, and if this video helped you out at all, don't be afraid to drop it a like. I would really appreciate it. That's it for this video, and I will see you all in the next one.